soffrirò dei tuoi silenzi, mi sazierò, non sai il tepore che il tuo sguardo mi dà, sei la mia prigione, il copione che hai scritto stanotte, l'hai fatto con arte semplice, e sei tu l'artista, il protagonista crudele.
Hello, we're back again for another show.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Tim.
Yep.
So, we have a few topics tonight we're going to discuss on.
Well, I think tonight we're going to discuss a little bit about opening up a little bit more and speaking your truths openly to others. A lot of people feel that they're still going to be judged out there if they go see psychics, so they keep it silent, kind of in the closet kind of deal. But the funny thing is, there's so many more people opening up now that when you do start talking about it, the other person goes, wow, I'm into that too. So it's a relief. So speaking about overcoming fears, I mean, you don't have to go out there and thrust this upon the world or anyone, but just to speak your own truths and be, I guess, have a solid sense of your own self in speaking your truths, because you need to. And another thing is, you never know when you're going to help someone. Like I said, I'm not talking about thrusting this on people, forcing them in any way. I grew up with that. I was thrust upon with religion. And now, with the very same boldness that Christianity had thrust their views on me, we can go out there just a little bit and speak about our own truths, our own spirituality. There's a vast difference between religion and spirituality, isn't there, Jamie?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a... Okay, I'll get on that train of thought there later. I was just getting a bunch of info, but it was too early for me to speak about this yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess when you were saying get out and help others, that's part of the ascension process.
Yeah.
You help one person, you're helping the world.
It is true. I mean, so the ascension process is about coming back to our source and unification. And we unify by helping other people. We join with them in a common cause. There's been a lot of separation on this planet, people feeling alone and lonely without connecting with other people. And they've meant to do this. Divide and conquer, the old saying. If they can divide us so we don't come together for a common goal, they can conquer every one of us, which they did, but only for a certain time. They cannot do it indefinitely. We are coming together now. We're coming together in the heart space. We're coming together with common thought. And we're coming together with new beliefs. Beliefs that actually work and heal us instead of divide and conquer us. So.
Okay, we're going to talk about ascension symptoms, but right now I'm going to talk about ascension on its own.
Okay, Jamie, go ahead.
Everyone's just waiting. When are we going to ascend? When's this and that going to happen? The New Age people are waiting for ascended masters to come and save us, or other beings.
Yeah.
Gods, or what you want to call it. The alien interventionists are waiting for alien races to come and save us, to ascend us to another dimension. But what it is we already are shifting the dimensions right now. It's like all the humans on Earth, we have to start becoming in our own heart space, being more open, and helping people, more service to others and service to self.
Absolutely.
And with the TV and the media, it's keeping us dumbed down from opening to that. And when that happens, we actually see the ascension process and seeing the fourth and fifth dimensions more clearly, instead of being bound to the third that we are now.
Yes, I watch very little to no TV anymore because it doesn't make me feel good. It just doesn't make me feel good anymore. I'd rather get out there and do other things. So yeah, they're trying to keep us dumb, but we're still going to ascend no matter how hard they try. It's happening already. It's already happened in the Great Void, I guess, and we're just stepping into it. Another thing is we try to force this too quickly. We get more of these symptoms, and it's a hard job changing from a state of bodily conditioning to light being with a light body. So if we try to force this too quickly, there's could be some circumstances in which it can be too much for us. So we need to learn patience. I remember back in 2012 thinking all these things were going to come together and the world was going to change. And then the more that it got towards December 2012, the more let down I became. And I was really thinking that these things were going to happen. And we don't need to be led on. We need to create this for ourselves, within ourselves. And it's not about some rescue mission. They're not going to rescue us. This is our job. We chose it. Yes, life's suffering. Life is hard. Though the use of spiritual principles can ease our suffering. And speaking with other people, be service-oriented. Help them. That's the surest path to joy. It's the surest path to healing. When we help heal another, we heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot we could get onto on this, I guess.
Yeah.
Ascension symptoms is the big thing that I'm reading all over the place on my page and on other pages.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about having energy crashes. I find most people are talking about having headaches and migraines.
Yeah. When the crown chakra opens, it's very common to get tingling sensations in the crown, feelings of hair standing on end, and headaches. Also, those are symptoms with the third eye opening. What we're really doing is we're releasing it. These symptoms are showing us that we're going and we're releasing it. And if we resist these things, the ego kicks in and says, no, I'm not going with it, which it always does. It hijacks spirit. Ego hijacks our spirituality. Though if we can surrender these symptoms, join together to help each other through them. There's a wonderful page on Facebook called Ascension Symptoms, and they talk about being there for each other and talking about these things, coming together, and just for a common goal.
What's keeping us back is we're all stuck in that rut of having a government to control us. We got to get up and go work.
Yeah.
If we don't make the money, someone might not think highly of us. Like, oh, they don't make the money I do, or they got a stupid job.
Yeah.
People are being depressed and they feel let down by life.
Yeah.
And the main message I've been getting about that is, which will help everyone right now, is to connect to their own malevolent magic.
Yep.
Of their multidimensionality.
Yeah.
Energetic field.
Yeah.
Most people don't even connect to themselves at all.
Right.
So if everyone could connect to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how people take Reiki and they learn about connecting to energy for healing.
Yep.
Everyone has their own universal energies that most people are cut off from. They don't ever think of having that kind of energy because most people don't even know about it, right?
Yeah.
But even the people that do, like myself, don't really connect to it a whole lot. So if everyone started connecting, if everyone knew they were a multidimensional being, and that their energy is magic.
Yep.
If everyone could actually get on thinking that and connecting to that every day, it's going to help out a lot. Not just themselves, but everybody, because that brings the unity consciousness to the Earth grid.
Yep.
Outside of the void of lack of energy that we live in now in the daily hustle and bustle of daily life. I thought most people I'm seeing now is everyone has anxiety, everyone's depressed. I'm seeing that a lot lately in a lot of people.
We want the change so much we can taste it, and yet there's still the resistance in people, and it's causing these symptoms, right? So these are symptoms of drastically needing change and wanting change. So in fact, they do want the good, which is a very, very powerful step forward. If someone asked me briefly what Ascension was, I'd say it's about raising your frequency. I'd say it's about moving into the heart space, and I would say that it's about oneness. And that's it in a nutshell. We got to come together as one, love each other more. The same old principles have been taught by the great avatars of our world over and over and over. See, there must be something there, like, let's do this.
Do you have anything you want to talk about while I do some automatic writing? I just got the urge to
go ahead.
Write something
down.
down.
Let it flow through, Jamie, and then Another thing is if we surrender, I talked about surrendering these ascension symptoms to our higher power, to our angels, to make it the flow much easier, so that we're not holding on to the energy. When we do, we create blockages, and all that is too much energy in one place. Energy has to flow. The atoms got to move. They got to vibrate. Energy has to vibrate. So when we bring the frequency up, we tend to have more joy in our lives. Dr. Hawkins, he was the one I've been following the most. That guy laughed all the time. I've seen Buddhist monks, and they're in their joy all the time, and you wouldn't say, hey, they have the greatest lives, their experiences, but they've gone and found their own inner joy, which is the source of all things. The Course in Miracles, it talked about letting go of idols and letting go of false promises from the ego, and going within, letting these things go and finding our true self. Which was the atonement. So the sense of joy is actually from within. It's never from without, but we mistake that. The second thing we can do is there are very powerful, it's actually a slogan in AA they use, and it's "This too shall pass." So if we're experiencing that anxiety, that depression, you got to know in your life it always really has passed. Emotions come and emotions go. They peak and gain energy, and then they decline, and it's like a wave. So we're not always going to stay there. Of course, the big lie of the ego is we're going to stay there in hell forever, and it's never been like that. But it tricks us every time. So we got of that surrender, and this too shall pass. That has helped me immensely, because sometimes I had to do this moment to moment when I was experiencing great energy shifts. And it became too much for me. I had to use the prayer. I had to use the surrender process, and to just let go and let God, and to give it over. And that's really the best shot we got. To accept them. They're happening. This is all happening. Let them be. Do your best to move through them. That's really our best shot. So, in that, I find if you're seeking a good source of joy, help other people. So we've been led astray thinking that scarcity, that it's not enough. So we got to compete for resources, and that's never been true.
Okay. I got to see who this is from.
Jamie was just doing some automatic writing. They tend to come in on inspiration, and then you got to act on it. You got to write it out. So that's what he was just doing. He was channeling some being.
Coperera.
Yeah.
Agartha.
Okay. Coperera?
Coperera
From Agartha.
Coperaya or something, I don't know. Coperaya.
Agartha exists actually in the center of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great city indeed, yeah.
Because you don't connect with that very much, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, the message was, bring in the energy around for healing. The dragons are here to bring the dragon energy for assertiveness.
Yeah.
To take charge of your life now. We are in hollow earth connected to... So we are like us as a we.
Yeah.
We are in hollow earth connected to extra-dimensional beings.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Said the insectoids. The ant people in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said, do not fear.
No, there's nothing to fear. Yeah. I think for me, like if we want to release ourselves of the fear of the unknown, is a great being is Archangel Michael. But it's not just Archangel Michael that can do this for us. Many of us have other guides, and every one of them will help us to move past the fear. Because fear is a great blockage, prevents us from movement forward. So everyone has fear of the unknown, and once you accept it, as long as you're growing, the fear's going to come up. And keep surrendering it, I think that you'll be in the right place.
Yeah, they said that they're free from the third dimension while they're in hollow earth.
That's right.
Even though they're up on the earth,
yeah,
they're not a part of the third dimension.
No.
I say they're operating under the central sun, right?
Yeah. The central sun, yeah, there's a little...
And it's shifting them like outside of our frequency.
Yeah.
And actually, where they are, it's more like paradise. Yeah. Like a paradise world where there is animals and dinosaurs and dragons and...
Yeah. Do you want to give them a brief history of Hollow Earth?
Actually, I don't know much about it.
No? Okay. Would you like me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, apparently when Atlantis was falling and going under, many went from those plains of Atlantis and went into Hollow Earth to avoid the Great Flood. The Great Flood of Atlantis is what they refer to in the Bible as Noah's Ark. And, he took his family and that what he could and left. Also, the Lemurians, when great tragedy struck them, they went into the middle of the earth. They were enlightened beings. They were in a higher dimensional society. Our ETs of the earth, the humanoids and other ones, they come and go all the time into Hollow Earth. They cloak their ships. They move through. The opening is 200 miles wide. I know on Google Earth they block it out. All they do is they cover it up with a black dot, but the sunshine it's coming from, and it still leaks out the sides. Have you seen that, Jamie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's hilarious. The Russian spaceships took pictures of the openings, and they have them on. You can check them out on YouTube, I guess. So it does exist, and every planet, they say, is hollow and has its own central sun. When you're inside the Earth, you're protected from the great elements. You're protected from the typhoons, the earthquakes, the hurricanes. So they're in a protective environment. They felt their job would be better to hold down the fort down in there and help us that way. At some point, they will exit. They will come upon the Earth, and we will go in there, and our Earths will become as one. But it's not the right time as of yet. There's Mount Sashta. There's an opening there for the ETs to go down into Hollow Earth also. There's other places. There's many tunnels. There's a changer. Like the Earth is like Swiss cheese. It's got its little towns and cities in the Earth too. The Illuminati, they had a whole great underground city. They're down there doing their evil, and staying hidden from us, right? At some point during 2012, some of those cities in there, the Illuminati cities, were actually destroyed. Our ETs had gone and destroyed them.
That's got an Arcturian message.
Okay.
It says, throw your knowledge away.
Right.
Move into the new. Like the stars, sun, and moon, they live without regrets.
Well, okay.
Of yesterday.
Yeah.
Nor do they think of the future. Nor do they think of tomorrow. They just rise as we should every day, come out of dream time and rise for the lifetime of one single day.
Right. Sounds to me a lot like Eckhart, totally living in the now. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. The thing is, there is no time. Time is an illusion. They're movement, and they're trying to record movement. That's all the clock is. Time does not exist. We're always in the now. We make up stories of past, present, future. None of them really exist except this moment, right now. Eternity is in the now.
People that are living in the now are finding that time is speeding up.
It is speeding up. I can feel it. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
I call it the quickening.
Don't even know what time.
You blink and the day's over.
Yeah.
I find it too, and that's another thing about.
I'm finding people that are living in the regretting yesterday or what they did a year ago. Yeah. They're still in the time loop of the day's going on forever. First
of all, guilt serves no purpose about what you did yesterday. You did your best with what you had and knew. There's no purpose to hold on to it. Let it go. Guilt is useless. Fear is useless because we're thinking about things we don't want, so that it makes no sense to waste our energy and worry about things we don't want anyway. Let's use our visualization to envision what we do want. Let's envision a happy outcome, and then we release our worry. We don't feel upset. The body remains in health. Fear really hurts and racks people's lives. It's racked this whole planet, the fear they've put out there. I'm not saying you should just let go of it all at once. It isn't likely to happen. But I am saying to move a little bit every day in the right direction, and your message spoke about a little bit in the right direction, I think. Okay. So I think what Jamie was just showing me is that what he just channeled was one of the messages that Edgar Gacy had received.
No, I think it's saying that
to
the same beings or the same messages that the channel and the same that came through Edgar Gacy.
The same beings that came through Edgar Gacy. Okay, no, that sounds straight to the point. Sounds very accurate.
I never listened to Edgar Gacy, but I should start.
Yeah,
you see what his messages are about, and maybe they're along the same kind of lines as what I talk about. I'm not.
He was pretty phenomenal.
100% sure.
He's one of the what they call him. I don't know, the sleeping prophet. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people were influenced by Edgar Gacy, and he'd put himself in a trance state, an unconscious trance state, and he would channel various beings. He also said that the Arcturians, which he was channeling, were the most powerful and most evolved species in the whole universe. and he was channeling them. So he was very influential for some very powerful beings. I have a deep respect for Arcturus because I believe I was there for a while. Very loving beings, very high, very powerful. Sometimes seen as blue or purplish, very high spiritual colors.
I have a really strong message from Aldebaran.
Yeah.
But I don't know it yet.
Okay.
But when I think of it, it's like this message has been with me for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
And every once in a while in dream state, it comes to me and I lose it again. So I think there's something important coming from me here soon.
I think in time that it will absolutely come, for sure.
Hopefully sometime, because it's kind of bugging me because it's right there. And I know I've been told it, but it's has not come through.
Everything will happen at the right time in the right way. I guess we don't really need to push things. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is in our unconscious. We haven't remembered, but it's always been there. The message is always there. The answer is always there. We tend to, when we still our minds, get in a place of that which we're like our Creator and can receive the most powerful of the messages. In the silence, words are not even necessary.
To me, the same messages is for everyone to learn how to connect to their unconsciousness.
Yeah.
Even if it's just, I wouldn't say do a guided meditation, but to just try not to fall asleep, but I do. But get into a sleep state, that's a meditative state anyway.
Yeah.
Just close your mind and even record yourself, your thoughts that come in, say it out loud.
Yeah, even what you're doing is you're raising your awareness, you make it more.
Sometimes it's so in and out.
Yeah.
I'm picking up these messages, I don't even have time to write it down, I lose it.
Yeah.
So if I have something to record myself, I'll say it at the same time. That's how you can actually pick up learning how to channel for yourself and receiving your own messages.
Yeah. You hold that channel and let the energy come in, and then when the energy's done saying what it needs to say, the message, then the channel is released. It's very difficult to do it all the time, though. Eventually we all will. So to me, when I take on my clients, it's very difficult for me to do more than 2 a day without, releasing a whole lot of energy. And because you got to hold that channel, you got to hold that high place, if only for the amount of time, the 1 hour sessions I give, if only for that amount of time. And then you can go and relax and de-energize, so to speak, ground again. Yeah.
Oh, here's something someone asked. It's like a intuitive blindness.
Yeah.
Like how someone felt like they were like in meditative state, dream state, sleep state, whatever you want to call it. They felt like they all of a sudden turned blind in their other sentence, heightened.
Yeah.
But it's always right there at the tip, and she's not connecting to her sentences. It almost feels like she's not. She's kind of maybe getting frustrated, like my sentences are getting heightened, but I'm not to the aha moment yet where I'm.
I think one of the things, if you wanted to gain your intuitiveness, your sight, like the seer's intuition, psychic ability, is to let go. These things come and these things go, and some of them stay for a long time and some of them subside. Our clairvoyance may spike for a long time, then it may seem to go away for a little while, and it may come back even greater or not. Then you might become clairaudient. You're working through all of these things. What I do know is the ancient ones they speak about in the Vedas talk about the siddhis, and siddhi means siddhis. It means like gifts from God. Such as psychic vision, clairvoyance, remote viewing, telepathy. These things were all talked about in the Vedas, and we're not under conscious control of them. They are given to us as gifts from our spirit. So it's not like we can even try. Like when it comes, I get the information I get. I may or may not be able to answer everything for you, and often I'm not. Often I cannot answer you specific questions, but I can always give you what your soul needs in that moment, because soul wants to learn and it wants to grow, but I can't always consciously control what kind of energy and message that comes in. I get what I get, and then I reveal it.
Oh, good news! I may have someone to do a really good show with.
Yeah.
A guest speaker.
Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can't get them on for part 2 tonight. If not, we'll do it with them another day.
Okay.
Which would be a very good show, and it will get a lot of listeners, because I've been following this guy for a long time. I ain't going to reveal his name yet, but
okay,
he may come on to do a show. But anyway, we're going to take a break for now.
Yep.
There's a couple more things I wouldn't mind touching on, so I'm going to jot them down on paper. And just remember, we're still looking for people to do for us to do call-outs for free public readings.
Yeah.
Or if anyone has their own, we can only talk about so much, so we're kind of looking for people that have their own experiences, what they want to share to the world and share with us.
That's right.
Get our thoughts, see what we pick up, or just to tell their story, or tell what they do.
Yes, feel free to call in. It will be fun. It will be liberating for all of us. We'll leave it at that for now.
Okay, we'll be back.